Cheers, one of the most iconic sitcoms in television history, first aired in 1982 and quickly became a cultural phenomenon. Set in a cozy Boston bar where everybody knows your name, the show revolved around a charming, dysfunctional group of regulars and the staff who served them. The setting was intimate, the humor razor sharp, and the characters unforgettable. Over its 11 seasons, it won 28 Primetime Emmy Awards and became a hallmark of classic American television. Among the cast of quirky, lovable characters was one that stood out not only for his comedic timing, but for his universal relatability. Norm Peterson, played by the brilliantly gifted George Wendt, Norm was a fixture at the bar, quite literally. With his signature entrance greeted by a chorus of "Norm" every time he walked through the door, he quickly became a beloved fan favorite. Norm wasn't just a character, he was an embodiment of the show's warmth, camaraderie, and the kind of everyman persona that made audiences feel like they knew him personally. George Wendt's portrayal of Norm was nothing short of legendary. With a calm, deadpan delivery and dry wit, Norm delivered one-liners that could bring the house down. Whether it was a snarky comment about his job as an accountant or his tongue-in-cheek complaints about his off-screen wife Vera, Norm always found a way to make people laugh. And beyond the jokes, there was something deeply comforting about his presence. Norm was predictable in the best way, always there, always at his usual stool, always ready with a joke and a drink in hand. Norm Peterson appeared in every single episode of Cheers, a feat matched only by a handful of other characters. That consistency made him not only a cornerstone of the show, but a part of people's lives for over a decade. As much as Cheers was about the relationships between Sam, Diane, Carla, Cliff, Frasier, and Rebecca, it was Norm who felt like the emotional bedrock. His loyalty to the bar and his friends, his witty yet humble demeanor, and his unshakable routine made him both hilarious and human. George Wendt brought a lot of himself into the role. Though Norm's life was often painted with strokes of exaggeration for laughs, Wendt grounded the character with warmth and relatability. In many ways, he became Norm, and Norm became a part of the culture. The character became so popular that he was even spun off briefly into other sitcom appearances and made cameos in different media formats, a testament to Wendt's skill and Norm's universal appeal. With the sad news of George Wendt's passing at the age of 76, fans all over the world are reflecting on what his character meant to them. For millions, Norm wasn't just a fictional barfly. He was a symbol of comfort, laughter, and the feeling of being welcome somewhere, no matter what. Norm reminded us that it was okay to be flawed, to find refuge in familiar places, and to laugh through the ups and downs of life. We remember Norm for his impeccable comedic timing, but we also remember him for the sense of belonging he brought to the show. He was the guy who never had to ask for a seat. It was always waiting for him. His presence was like a warm blanket on a cold night, always there to make things feel a little better. One of the most remarkable things about Norm's character was the way he connected with people from all walks of life. You didn't have to be a bar goer, a Bostonian, or even an adult to appreciate his charm. His humor crossed generational lines, and his friendship with Cliff Clavin and others brought depth to what could have easily been a one-dimensional role. He was always ready with a joke, but behind every quip was a man with a deep appreciation for friendship, habit, and the little things in life. Let's also not forget how Norm influenced sitcoms to come. His dynamic with the bar staff and regulars created a model for ensemble casts in future sitcoms like Friends, How I Met Your Mother, and The Office. These shows owe a lot to the template laid out by Cheers, and characters like Norm were foundational in shaping that blueprint. George Wendt's passing is more than the loss of a talented actor, it's the loss of a piece of television history. His work as Norm helped shape the golden age of sitcoms and set the standard for comedic character development. He made us laugh until we cried and cry now that he's gone. Yet, what remains is a legacy so strong, it transcends the screen. So today, we raise a glass in honor of Norm Peterson. We celebrate the man who could walk into a bar and light up the room with a single word, his name. We remember the laughter, the wisdom hidden in jokes, the comforting rhythm of his presence, and the actor who made it all come to life. George Wendt, thank you for giving us Norm. You will be missed. but you will never be forgotten. Please take a moment to comment below with your favorite Norm line, memory, or moment. Let's keep his spirit alive in the comments. Let's flood this tribute with love, nostalgia, and respect for a man who brought us so much joy. Because Norm Peterson wasn't just a character on a TV show, he was a friend to all of us. Rest in peace, George Wendt. Norm forever. Trending hashtags, landscape format, separated by